last night, Rahm Emanuel was elected to be the new mayor of Chicago. I woke up in the middle of the night and I had this dream. I pictured this slide where there was a photograph of Mayor-elect Emanuel with the words, "Imagine this. Imagine if I watched the mayor of Chicago present this information." He would say, "Hello, I'm Mayor Rahm Emanuel. I've made a commitment that no child in Chicago should have to come to school without hope, without a feeling safe. And I've taken a look at this strategy that the Tutor-Mentor Connection has been putting together for the last 20 years. And as I've gone through it, I said, this pretty well maps out what I think we're going to have to do while I'm mayor of Chicago. So I want you to imagine that in addition to Tutor-Mentor Connection, this box was filled with a picture of me and the mayor of Chicago, and someday in the coming year and my first term of office, I could find versions of this where people in companies and universities and churches and hospitals are putting their own names in this box. You know, the way these maps work, one map can link to another map. So if you click on the bottom of this, you see this village chart, and now you see a graphic that says preschool, pipelines to a career, first job, and it says it takes a village. These clusters represent groups of people and funding streams aimed at helping kids have the support needed to reach jobs and careers by their mid. On here, it says our goal is that youth born or living in poverty neighborhoods will be starting jobs and careers by age 25, after college or after vocational training. It says we support the involvement of workplace volunteers who bring skills needed and come from different networks in comprehensive volunteer-based programs in poverty neighborhoods where youth who need help are able to connect with long-term non-school, school-based tutor-mentor programs, extra learning resources, tutors and mentors, a network of other adults, because of the leadership provided by businesses, hospitals, universities, and faith groups. We have a strategy here that I'll go through in just a minute, but let's look at this a little bit more. When I say in comprehensive programs, I can map out what I mean by that. This mentoring careers chart shows that if you look over here, extra support needed in 1st through 5th grade. You know, in all of our neighborhoods, especially those with high poverty and many social problems and where schools are underperforming, we need good teachers in the classroom. We need social and emotional support. We need homework help. We need to harness technology and e-learning. There needs to be safe places in the non-school hours. There needs to be good health care. There needs to be arts and sports and enrichment opportunities. We need to be teaching problem solving and critical thinking skills. And we need more people to model jobs and career opportunities that aren't modeled frequently or as frequently in areas of high poverty. Tutors and mentors who are people, extra people, who don't live in the neighborhood, who do live in the neighborhood, who can help bring these resources to the kids and the families and the non-school hours in the neighborhoods. A volunteer-based tutor-mentor program is an organized structure that recruits volunteers and helps them take these roles and keeps them involved for many years. Well, kids go from 1st grade to 5th grade over a 5-year period, but then they don't go straight over here to college. They go straight over here to junior high school. And in junior high school, they still need good teachers in healthcare and arts and sports and problem solving and people to model jobs and careers. It just needs to be more age appropriate, and tutors and mentors can help make these things available. Again, kids don't go from 8th grade to college, they go from 8th grade to high school. And again, they need all of these same degrees of support and more things that are age appropriate, like internships and part-time jobs and people who can open doors to jobs and careers. And all these things are things that the city can't necessarily pay for all of these things, but by mobilizing the resources of the business community, our colleges, our faith groups, and volunteers from the city and the suburbs, we can have more adults working to help make this system of support more available, so that more kids are graduating and going on to college or vocational school, and they still have mentors and support systems for them that ultimately results in more kids going into jobs and careers. We've got to apply that same type of thinking into a advertising campaign that's drawing volunteers and donors and interested citizens to this information, so more people are getting informed and building the study groups to learn to use this information. More people are growing their understanding. More people are learning how where tutor mentor programs are needed, what they are, what people can do to support them. And this increases the flow of volunteers and dollars and technology and ideas to all of those different tutor mentor programs in the different neighborhoods. It also supports groups who will need to start new programs in neighborhoods that, as we enter 2011, no programs now exist. So this is a strategy that I'm committed to as the new mayor of Chicago, to help youth born or living in poverty neighborhoods be starting jobs and careers. I'm going to be reaching out to our leaders in businesses and faith groups and universities and using my considerable persuasive skills to try to motivate each of them to adopt this strategy on their own, so that someday we can be looking at their websites and seeing this same message being delivered by them and not necessarily by myself. So when I had my dream, I imagined that the mayor-elect was finishing his presentation, and he said, you know, I went through this pretty fast. There's a lot of information here that the Tutor Mentor Connection has been building up for the last 20 years. You can find this information yourselves at www.tutormentorconnection.org, or you can just go on Google or Bing and put in the words tutor and mentor into your search field, and these websites will come up on the first page. As mayor, my commitment and my campaign was to help all children in Chicago have the great opportunities this city offers. This is a strategy to make that happen. I'm going to be out here every week in my leadership, building a coalition of citizens and businesses and organizations to help make this happen. That's my commitment as the new mayor of Chicago, Illinois.